Hello everybody, this is Aaron Caldaria. I'm with Leaders Financial Group and Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance. I'm about to show you how to do a presentation that we put together. Very basic, has 6 power questions involved, so pay attention and see what you can learn. Thanks. Hello Mary.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good. So tell me Mary, have you lived here for a long time?
37 years?
You lived here 37 years.
Yes, sir.
Wow, you probably know your way around the house by now, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Good. So you got a big family, Mary?
I have several children, yes.
Oh, good. You pretty close with them?
Yes, I am.
Good. So you're retired or are you still working?
I'm retired.
Okay, you enjoying your retirement?
I am, very much so.
Good. Well, I can't wait to retire myself, so I'm looking forward to it
Okay.
one day. Well, tell me, Mary, I got your card you sent to us, and let's do the Funeral Advantage. Now, when you sent this card to us, Mary, did you just recently experience a funeral lately? Is that what got you thinking about this?
Yes, actually I did.
Oh, okay. How long ago was it?
6 months ago,
6 months ago. All right. Who was the person that passed?
unfortunately, my father.
Oh, it was your father. I'm sorry to hear that. So when your father had passed, did you guys have to pay out of pocket for that, or do you have some type of insurance in force?
No, he had no insurance. We had to pay everything out of pocket.
Oh, wow, he had no life insurance coverage.
None.
Wow. Now, when you had to go to the pay out of pocket, did you have to go make arrangements at the funeral home as well, or did he already have that set up?
No, we had to do everything, so it was very hard on us at that time because we were burdened with a lot of emotions.
Okay. Well, I tell you, a lot of people that cards into us, or they call us on our television commercial, they recently buried somebody and they seen how much it costs and what they had to go through. So I always like to find out that information. But what I'm going to do for you, Mary, is just I'm going to tell you a little bit about us and then go over some rates with you and see what you think.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Mary, well, name of the company is Lincoln Heritage. Now, we're on television as the Funeral Advantage Plan as well. I don't know if you've seen this on TV or not. But so you know, Lincoln Heritage is a final expense company. Now, what that means to you is that they focus on paying out their claims within 24 hours of a death, which is super fast. Very important. If you have a policy with us and you die, your family members are going to receive the money within 24 hours.
That's nice.
Which is very quickly. Very important because the funeral homes, they need to be paid immediately. So we're able to put that money in your family's hands when they need it the most. Okay? Reason why we can do things like that, Mary, is because we're a large company and we've been around for a while. We've been around since 1963. We're in 49 different states and 2 other countries. Matter of fact, 2011 we had over $664 million worth of assets and $4.2 billion of life insurance in force. Now we are the largest final expense company in the United States. So, big company, we're not going anywhere. All right? Now, Mary, I'm sure you're probably aware how Social Security pays a huge $255 death benefit to your family. Have you seen that?
I've heard about it, but not personally seen it, but that's not a lot at
No.
all.
No, it's not a lot of money. People don't realize that only goes to a qualified dependent. Now, what that means, it goes to a surviving spouse or a child in school. Okay, if you don't have either one of those, it will not pay out at the time. Even if it did pay out, though, I'm sure you're well aware, Mary, that $255 won't bury anybody today, right?
No.
Yeah, especially when we see the average funeral cost, anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000, depending if you're going to do a cremation or a traditional burial. We've seen most of the burials falling on average anywhere from $7,000 to $9,000. Does that sound about right to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So that being said, you know, and of course things can go up within time with inflation and everything as well. All right. Here's a breakdown on why the funerals cost what they do, Mary. I don't go in great detail with all this. I just want to point out 2 large expenses you'll typically see. One being your casket, which on average is $2,295. And then you have your vault, which starts in the thousands today. And that's that concrete that goes in the ground to protect the earth and the casket. It's mandatory about every cemetery in the United States now. Okay? Now, a lot of people feel cremation is cheaper because you're eliminating both those items right off the bill that I just had mentioned to you. Have you thought you'd like to be taken care of when the time comes? Do you want to do a traditional burial or do you want to do a cremation service?
A traditional burial.
Traditional burial. Okay. Reason why I asked you that, Mary, is because we're kind of unique as a company. We help you pre-plan all of your funeral arrangements ahead of time through what is called the Funeral Advantage Plan, or the Funeral Consumer Guardian Society. Basically what we do is we go over everything you would want done for your funeral of choice and how much you want spent for that funeral. Our job is to carry out all those arrangements at the funeral home for your family that you had set up, and more importantly, help them save money on their funeral as well by shopping around and doing some other things to help keep the cost down. That average $7,000 to $9,000 funeral you're seeing, we're able to get as low as $4,300 in some cases. Big help.
Yeah.
Now we do it through the Funeral Advantage Plan through the Funeral Consumer Guardian Society. Basically, it's a free membership to you being a policyholder. They're going to send you out this kit with your policy in the mail. There's going to be 2 forms inside this kit, Form A and Form B. Very simple, fill in the blank pages, check the boxes. You can get as much in the detail as you want to, how you want your funeral planned out. You can even pick the clothes you want to wear at your viewing. You can pick the music selection or a prayer that you want said. You can get that much in the detail with it. There is a spot on there to ask you for your plot. Do you own any family plots?
No, I do not.
No.
No.
Not a big deal. We can take care of that for you as well.
Okay.
You just want to list down which cemetery you'd like to be at and where it's at.
Okay.
All right. Now, once you fill out the funeral plan forms, Mary, you're going to send them back to us. We're going to archive that information into a computer system until the plan needs to be activated. Now, until that time, you always will have access to this funeral plan by having your membership card. This will come with you. You want to make sure you carry it in your purse or your wallet. You're also going to get 4 auxiliary cards here you want to give out to your family members that are going to be in charge of this. And when the time comes, all they have to do is call the number on the card, give them your membership ID, and they'll put your plan into action.
Okay.
Okay? So they're going to contact us as the insurance provider. We're going to pay out that claim immediately to your beneficiary. We're going to contact the funeral home and carry out the arrangements and save you as much money as we can.
Okay.
All right? Does that make sense to you, how that helps the family out?
It sounds like it's a big help. Yes, it makes sense.
Absolutely. Now, how we do the funding for the funeral, we do it through a whole life insurance plan. Now, what that means to you, Mary, is that you're going to be covered your whole life. Sometimes you see in your mailbox maybe AARP or Globe. You have to be careful with that. That's called term insurance typically. Term insurance ends at a certain age on you, and then you no longer have it anymore. Where this, it's guaranteed to be there your whole life as long as the policy's in force. All right? So you have permanent coverage with whole life protection. Your benefits never decrease with this, and more importantly, your premiums never increase. Unlike that term insurance I just had mentioned, like AARP and Globe, not only is the policy end at a certain age, the premiums usually go up every 1 to 5 years as well. Most people can't even afford to keep those policies in force before they terminate on their own by the age. Okay? So once they lose all that money, it's gone. With our company, because it is a whole life plan, it does build cash value. All right? Your policy can never be canceled on you due to a change in your age or your health. You're also fully protected from the very first day your policy goes into effect if you qualify for it. And there isn't any medical exam required either. I'm a field underwriter with Lincoln Heritage. All I do is ask you some simple health questions, and I can tell you exactly how you qualify today. So I'm not going to make you pee in a cup or draw any blood from you. How's that sound? Great. And then Mary, this page right here, basically this tells you all the reasons why you would need life insurance and why you need to take care of your funeral, but I'm sure you're already well aware of that, right?
Yes.
Great. So let's see how your health is today. Are you pretty healthy, Mary?
I believe I'm very healthy, but
Okay.
you'll tell me better than I know.
Well, how about this? How about we start with your age? How young are you today?
I'm 63.
You're 63, so you're still young, right?
I would hope so.
Good, good, good. All right, so we got you at 63. And then, Mary, what's your date of birth?
5/20/49.
49, all right. And then, Mary, do you have a middle initial?
A.
A for awesome, right?
Yes, it is.
Great. And then we got you as Campbell is your last name?
That's correct, like the soup.
Great. All right, Mary, I'm going to go into the health questions now. First, I'd like to ask, have you used any form of tobacco in the last 12 months?
No.
Good. All right. And then, have you been diagnosed by a physician with any terminal illness, AIDS, or HIV?
No.
Good deal. Mark note of those. Now, these next questions I ask you, Mary, they're going to go back 2 years from today.
Okay.
Past 2 years, have you been treated by a physician or taken any medication or been diagnosed with any of these following conditions? First one is going to be heart disease, including heart attack, heart surgery, congestive heart failure, angina pectoris.
Cholesterol doesn't count in that, does it?
No.
Okay, then no to your
Okay.
question.
So we got no for that. Any circulation problems like strokes or aneurysms, TIAs? The doctors say you need to get surgery to improve your circulation?
No,
No? Good. All right, what about any form of cancer other than basal cell skin cancer?
no,
No? Good deal. Any lung disease like COPD, emphysema?
no,
Good. Any Alzheimer's disease, dementia?
no.
At least not that you remember, right?
Correct.
And then what about any alcohol or drug abuse?
No,
Good, good. Are you diabetic?
I am not.
Not a diabetic, that's good. And then are you diagnostic test results to come back for anything?
No,
Good deal. And then as far as prescription medications, what kind of medications do you take?
I take Lipitor for my cholesterol.
Lipitor? Or is that the only medication you've taken in the last 2 years?
Yes.
Good. All right,
I
so
take vitamins, but I don't know if they count.
no, vitamins are okay, it's just prescriptions. Well, I have good news for you, Mary. You qualified for our very best plan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You qualify for our final expense non-tobacco rate. Now what that means to you is that you're going to be eligible for first day benefits and also that you're going to get the lowest rate in our rate book.
Okay.
All right, so good job on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what your rate is, okay? And then I'm going to put together a few different plans for you to see which one would help you the most.
Okay.
All right, first of all, let's look at your rates as a 63-year-old non-tobacco female. Okay, so you got a low rate, which is good. You're at 4.71. And then you said you were on Lipitor, correct?
Correct.
Let's see. Yep, that's not on any of my medication list, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
All right. Have you got any big plans for the rest of the day, Mary?
I'm supposed to go to bingo with my neighbors.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's always a good time, right?
Yeah, bingo's great. Won $500 last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
Yeah.
Well, Mary, there's always a couple questions I ask before I throw some numbers at you.
Okay.
One is, do you have any life insurance coverage at all?
I do not.
You don't have any life insurance coverage?
I know. It's awful. I don't.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I can definitely see why you sent the card in to us. We're going to make sure we take care of that. You don't want to be walking around here without any life insurance. That's not good. Two, have you thought about something affordable to take care of your funeral? If I showed you something maybe between $40 to $50 per month, is that affordable to you or is that outrageous to you?
Yes, that could work. I just can't go too much more than that.
Okay. Well, I'll try to keep it under that if I can, okay? All right, so what I did is I drew up some plans here for you. I put 3 different plans together, an $8,000, $9,000, and $10,000 final expense benefit. So these would all take care of your funeral. More importantly, they're going to also take care of the planning for that funeral as well, because you get that lifetime membership, as I mentioned to you, into the Funeral Consumer Guardian Society. Okay, so it's no charge to you being a policyholder. You're also going to get this basic cash benefit enhancement included. Now, these are additional benefits that pay to your beneficiary if you have an accidental death. All right, so I'm going to give you some examples here. If you just had an accidental death, it would pay your beneficiary an additional $5,000. All right. If you had a single dismemberment, it's going to pay your family $2,500 for each incident. Now that means if you have like lost a limb, like an arm or a leg or a side of an eye due to an accident. Okay. It's going to pay an additional $10,000 for death due to an automobile accident, which happens all the time. You don't have to be the driver of an automobile just as long as you're a passenger in one.
Okay.
You're also going to get a $20,000 death benefit due to a common carrier accident, which is anything you would pay a fare to ride, like a taxi cab, train, plane, bus, or a boat. $20,000 for death due to an act of war or terrorism. And they also have up to $1,000 to cover for transportation of mortal remains. Now this means if you were 200 miles or further from home and passed away, they have up to $1,000 to pay to transport you back here so we can take care of your funeral service.
Okay.
That way it's not coming out of your family's pocket.
Okay.
So you get the basic cash benefit enhancement included. You get the lifetime membership into the Funeral Consumer Guardian Society. Now for an $8,000 plan at your age of 63 is only $41.68 per month. The $9,000 is only $46.39 per month. And the $10,000 is only $51.10 per month. Now out of those three plans there, Mary, which one do you want set in place to take care of your funeral?
The 10,000.
You're going to do the $10,000 here?
For $51.
Okay. Now let me ask you, is the $51.10 going to be affordable for you?
It is. I can't go over that though.
Okay. I just want to make sure it's comfortable for you even on the worst month of the year, because we want to make sure that this is in place. I'm on your side here. I want to make it comfortable.
No, it's comfortable.
Okay. All right. So we're going to put you up with the $10,000. Now, who do you want your beneficiary to be? What's Thomas's phone number?
813-555-1234.
All right. And then you have a contingent beneficiary. God forbid something happens to Thomas.
John.
John. All right.
The last name's Campbell,
Gotcha.
and he's my other son.
Okay. And then we got you set up for $10,000. You want the policy mailed to this address?
Yes.
All right. We got you at 102 Granada Court South in Plant City.
Yes.
Great deal.
That's where we are.
And then we need to get your social security number, and I got it as 591011234.
That's correct.
Good deal. All right. And you said you have no other life insurance policies, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Now, Mary, what we need, I need to get the first payment from you to get you set up. I needed to get $51.10 from you, whether it be a check or cash.
Okay.
And if you're writing out a check, make it out to Lincoln Heritage, which is right at the top of the form here, for the $51.10. And while you're doing that, I'm going to fill out your paperwork in our folder that we're going to leave behind. Thank you. So we got the check for $51 dated for today, made out to Lincoln Heritage. Thank you for that. So that'll get you started and set up today. Now, while I'm filling out this other paperwork, Mary, I need you to fill out this form for me. This is a Funeral Advantage form. It's basically to get other people qualified and eligible for this program. So I'm going to have you put your name here, and then we want to list your primary beneficiary name, phone number, and address, as well as the contingent, and then anybody else that you can think of that doesn't have our plan. I know you had mentioned earlier that you went to your father's funeral 6 months ago, and I'm sure you weren't the only one that attended that funeral service. So anybody that was at that funeral service, if you're not sure or you know that they haven't taken care of something like this, put them out there, put their information down so we can contact them, and then we can see if they're eligible for it.
Okay.
Okay? So fill that out for me, and I'll fill out the rest of your paperwork here. All right, thank you for that. So I got this for you here. Now, I need to get your autograph in a few spots to get you all set up. This first form is your membership form. This is to get you enrolled into the Funeral Consumer Guardian Society. I know earlier you told me that you wanted to do a better quality funeral service, meaning you kind of wanted to be in between a basic service and a high-end funeral service. So I put that down. You want to do the better quality, which gets you an 18-gauge steel or oak casket. I have your address here where they're going to mail this kit out to you with your policy. Just need your signature there at the bottom of that for me. And I'll give you the yellow copy behind it.
And can I ever add to my policy if I needed to?
Yes, you can always increase this anytime you need to. Okay? And then this form here is your application, Mary. Now this is going to state that you're the owner of this policy as well as the insured. You're getting $10,000 coverage for $51.10. That will never go up on you. It's always going to stay the same. All right? Just need to get your autograph right there at the bottom with the X stating that all the health questions you answered were true to the best of your knowledge. Thank you for that. This last form here is the setup for your billing. I just need your autograph right there at this X. And I'm going to give you that receipt at the bottom. Thank you. Okay. So I got all your paperwork filled out. I got your check to get you started. And I put together this kit for you, Mary, so it's going to have some forms and everything. First of all, I wanted to mention to you, as far as the billing goes, it's on a bank draft. What's a good date for you?
What's that mean? What's it mean, bank draft?
This means your bank's going to send it in to our company every month on whatever date you specify.
I don't like that. I like to write my own checks.
You like to write your own checks?
Mhm.
Now you can do that. You could do an annual premium or a semi-annual premium, which means we would collect 6 months or 12 months in advance from you today to get you started. Every 6 to 12 months we'd bill you if you want to choose that option. If you do it monthly, which most of our clients do, it's done on a bank draft to your institution for your protection. So you want to do it on a bank draft or semi-annual or annual?
No, I guess I'll do the bank draft then, because I don't have enough to do that much.
Okay. Most people do it on the bank draft, but it's also for your protection. On your bank statement, you'll see the insurance company on there, so your family knows you have insurance other than having a policy lying around.
Okay.
Okay? So we're going to put it on a bank draft. Now, you get Social Security benefits.
Yes, I do.
Do you get those on the 1st or the 3rd?
The 3rd.
The 3rd. Okay. So your check we got for today is going to get it started, and we're going to set up your bank draft on the 3rd of every month. All right? So that way, when you get your Social Security check, they're going to pay your insurance, and you won't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to put that for the 3rd of every month. So you know if you need to change that date, we just need a few days in advance, business days to be exact, and we can change that date for you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I got your billing date here. I didn't get your social. What's your social, Mary?
591-01-1234.
Okay. So I have all the paperwork done. I'm going to leave you a kit today with all your receipts and everything we went over in some literature. Now, I'm giving you this receipt at the bottom, which gets your coverage started, shows that you have proof of insurance as I walk out of here today. Before I do that, I have to do a quick phone verification. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the company, all right, and I'm going to basically give them the same information that I got from you earlier, and I'm going to give them your health questions, and they're going to verify everything with you over the phone and verify your prescriptions.
Okay.
All right, it takes about 2 to 5 minutes. Once I get off the phone with them, I'll have an approval number or a reference number that I put on the application that lets you know that you're eligible and you're good to go.
Okay.
All right, so that's just going to take a few minutes here. All right, so congratulations, we got you approved. I'm going to put your reference number at the top here. Okay. So I have the paperwork that I need from you, Mary. I'm going to go over what I'm leaving behind for you, okay, so you understand everything. In this folder, you find a folder that has your information, brochures on what I went over with you today, and also your receipts and proof of insurance. Now over here it shows you a funeral cost estimate. It has some different qualities of funeral services, and it shows you the cost by state on what those are costing and what's included in those services. All right. Then inside here just gives you some information on the Funeral Consumer Guardian Society. It shows you what's going to come along with your funeral kit in the mail with your policy. All right. Over here you have some receipts and plan information. This is just showing you basically what we did today, Mary. It shows you the name of the company at the top, my name and toll-free number. Shows you that we did the $10,000 final expense plan with both benefits that I checked, and then your premium's that $51.10 per month.
Okay.
Okay. This is your copy of your enrollment into the Funeral Consumer Guardian Society. So it shows us you're an active member. And this is the most important piece of paper I'm leaving with you today, which is your conditional receipt, where it's going to be proof of insurance as I walk out the door. So you don't want to lose this. Now, I also left my business card with all my contact information, which is also on the top of this plan in the back. So you have that. Anytime you have any questions about anything, you don't hesitate to give me a call. So this kit is for you here. Now, as far as your billing, like I said, it's on the 3rd of every month.
Yeah.
If the billing or if the 3rd ever falls on a holiday or a weekend, you're going to get paid the business day prior, which is typically going to be on a Friday. You know, say it falls on a Saturday, you're gonna get paid on Friday, but your bank won't send in our payment until the next business day, so which will be Monday or Tuesday maybe, depending on what holiday it is.
Okay.
So you wanna make sure you leave that premium into your bank until it gets processed the following business day.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Other than that, you were all set. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have a nice day, okay?
You too.
Thanks.